I guess I don't know. I figured it was something that I had figured out, but I guess I just should use a rundown of like how do I peak in Siege? I don't know. I feel like whenever I try to do it in comp, it feels very different from doing it in like ranked or something
Hmm.
because everyone comes around a corner like either already knowing where I'm gonna be and pre-firing it, or it's that weird jiggle peak mechanic that I don't really know how to do.
Hmm. Okay.
So
So let's.
as a
I guess.
defender,
Oh, actually, are you're still going?
no, no, no. I want to hear what you had to say.
Okay. So I was gonna start off with I'm gonna invite you to lobby first. So I'm just gonna have you do a T hunt. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna spectate you and then see how you shoot because I don't typically see like or like I haven't seen you shoot that much or play that much. So let's start off with that. So basically just clear it how you normally would. Um, Let me at least kill myself first and then yeah, play whoever you want unless did you want Sledge?
No, that's fine.
All right,
I'll just take Sophia.
that's fine. I was gonna have you share your screen, but this might actually be a better idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna run away and then nade myself.
Yep. I'll wait.
All right, go for it.
Oh, I thought that was the guy that I just killed for some reason.
Okay. Um, so there's a few things I noticed. So typically when you peek, you kind of slow walk in like into a standing peek, right?
Mhm.
So you come around the corner and then you slow walk into peeking the doorway. The other thing I noticed is that you aren't particularly trained or aiming at something. Does that make sense?
I think so. I just sort of look in a general direction to see if anyone's there originally.
So here, let's do a retry. Did you want to see how I would clear at least
Sure.
house?
Sure.
So, pick someone, or I can just shoot you. I don't. It doesn't matter.
I'll just take someone with nades.
All right. I'll play SMG-11. Okay, so say someone's at this door, right?
Mhm.
This is like basically head level around here, but you would be aiming like just under that, right? And you'd like slow ease into it. So like at this point, I'm just clearing T-Hunt house, right? You see how I'm like pre-aiming at certain angles, right? The fuck?
One question. What do you have your lean keys bind to?
QE.
Bound to? QE?
I'm a Q hold. They're both on hold, so
Okay, so they're on hold. Maybe that's it. Maybe I gotta take it off toggle.
it's all preference. I know a lot of people play on toggle. So
I feel like I'm a
this-
lot slower since I have it set to toggle.
yeah, I think I don't know. I just like it. I just like it lean. Like before, like old Siege was like you could do this, right? And you would peek out very quickly. Right? So here. Like this is like a fast peek, right? But you don't want to keep doing it, right? Because you keep doing it, you just get pre-fired, right? Because
Yeah.
they know you're just gonna keep like jiggle peeking, right? So sometimes you might see me do that, right? So basically what that does is I'm exposing my body, right? But it's literally flashing for a second. It's just a harder version than this, like just quick peeking like that. It's just a harder version, right? So they'll see like the back of my leg, and it's really convincing that I'm just sprinting through the door because I'm sprinting, right? So when I 180, right, I can turn back and shoot them if they peek me, right? Yeah, I mean, in terms of how you cleared, right? You stood here at some point, and you just kind of looked here. So like, I get it. Like, there's like 3 angles, right? But you want to be looking at something, 'cause I feel like, at least I would like look here, right? Like sometimes they'll come through there, but generally they won't come back here unless, well, occasionally. But that's just AI, right? But you always want to look at something. You always want to look at a doorway. Also, when you were here as well, 2 bots came in here, I think, or was it another room? I don't remember. 2 bots came. 2 bots came in here. 1 came here. You shot this one, and then you over flicked up here when he was over here. So what you want to do is maybe try and lower your ADS sense a little bit, maybe by like 2 or 3 of whatever it is on whatever
Yeah, I've been
site.
messing around with it on the aim lab as well.
Yeah,
So-
because that's an overflick, right? So when you overflick, right, it means that your DPI is too high for what you're used to, right? So like you want to like try and flick between doors just like that, like kind of cleanly. Like obviously my sense is a little bit too high, but yeah. So I think another part is that like the reaction speed was a little bit slow, I guess. Like you kind of stared or didn't realize that they were there, which like you can try and work on it if you want. Like see like I see this guy and I flick immediately to this corner expecting another one. Wanna be looking at something at all times. So you always want to look at something instead of like have your it's like mostly crosshair placement, right? You want to be like looking at either it's a doorway, either it's like someone's gonna come through there, etc. Shouldn't be looking at nothing unless it really is two people will come through that doorway because of a call out, right? So let's head on over to a custom. So I'm make a custom. Let's do this. Try and create. I think this is it. Okay, hold on. Let me see. What are these settings again? 20 rounds. I need to edit this. Hold on. Wait, does this? Oh, this is fine actually. Okay. Let's do this. Alright. Let's do cafe. I'm just gonna choose random operators to ban, I guess. Okay, so you go on attacking team. I just want to see how you would clear the piano by yourself. Share
Yeah.
your. Are you able to share your screen or?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Alright, so clear piano by myself, you said?
I mean, I guess like more like how you would peak pixel or how you would peak piano in general.
Yep.
I just want to see that.
Any particular direction to come from, or?
Uh, just piano. I'm just gonna put up alibis.
Mhm.
I just want to see how you peak pixel. That's all. Cause like cafe's angles are really deep and short at the same time.
Mhm.
So yeah. I'll leave piano wall soft.
Alright, I'm just gonna come from red stairs.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, obviously you can see my screen.
Yeah, just don't shoot me.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah, I'm right
Okay,
here.
yeah. Okay. So if I were coming in from here, we would try to break open this wall. No one's here, so. Okay, so I see what you mean. Hold on,
Right.
I want to try out that setting that you were talking about.
Sure. Um. Yeah, lean on hold might get a little fucky though, so just be careful with it.
Yeah, it feels weird when I'm trying to like strafe left as well.
So when I strafe,
Mhm.
I'm holding Q and A, and then E and D, left and
So you
right.
hold both of them?
Yeah, basically. So it's like that's like basically swinging, right? That's gonna be swinging.
Mhm.
But you want to make sure that if you're going to peek, you should hold it down all the way, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna peek out and then you're just gonna get shot, or like you're gonna lean on the like wall that you're playing behind. Also, by the way, with Sledge, so go over to this wall. So just crouch and then hit the hammer on the wall. It's much easier than so
Yeah,
you
making
can
a
just
level.
crouch through. You can literally just crouch through, and
Yeah,
instead of like
yeah,
vaulting
that I
through.
know.
Yeah. So when you
I just made
entered in
that because
here,
I knew it wasn't much of a concern right now.
yeah, that's fine. So when you entered in, you kind of just looked here at the stage. Yeah, you probably can't see it. But like you kind of just looked here, but instead of like looking maybe over here, right? So basically, people will either play here, right? Play here, play. They could play here, right? Could play here. They could play off the shield, right? They come around the shield because no one's peeking them. No one's peeking them at the windows, right? So there's no pressure, so they could just freely peek you, right? That's the importance of windows.
Oh, hold on, let me go. Just let this
That's
down for
fine.
a couple more seconds.
Yeah, so you just want to be a little bit careful with that. And again, you want to try and look at something, right? You want to have your crosshair placed on something. So when you're looking from here into the stage, right? But you're like you're exposed like this.
Mhm.
And so you can get shot from over there when you're not looking there, right?
Mhm.
So assuming stage is clear anyway, right? You should just look on the left anyway, or at least like drone it, right? You can just drone this, and they can't shoot it from here, right?
Yeah.
Unless
So
they're
when
actively looking.
So when I
So,
look in, I should be doing like this quick peek sort of thing.
um,
So I can,
hold on, let's
yeah.
redo here. I'll stream it as well. I don't know how. So, hmm. I think the best way for peeking shields is
Mhm.
just going to be pre-firing where you think they're gonna try and shoot you from, right?
Mhm.
And then making sure that you're safe from from them pre-firing back. So the thing is, if you quick peek like that, right? Then like it's not bad. If you get good at it, it's not bad because of basically just latency and whatever else. But like you just want to be a little bit careful. Like at least I just don't personally like peeking like that
Mhm.
because I feel like it just feels like unreliable, or like I just don't like it at all, right?
Mhm.
So you wanna basically, if you're watching my screen, right? So you're like peeking this, right? You kind of want to just like crouch out like that, right? Just like this. Just pre-firing at the top of the shield. That's how I would peek it, right? I like say droned out here, right? Stage is clear. So I'm just holding because they can always come out here. And so I want to go pre-fire the shield just in case. But I don't want to stay out here, right? I don't want to overextend like this, right? I just want to make it hard, like angles, just to try and pre-fire whoever's behind the shield. Yeah, I mean, that's how I would peek it. I know it's like kind of a specific example, but and like it might be like, oh, you're letting them know that you're peeking the shield, right? But like realistically, you like especially this shield, they would probably see you anyway, and they're gonna be shooting anyway,
I'm coming in
so
from
it really
stage window,
doesn't
by the way.
matter. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, the other thing. So, let's talk about the difference between stand peeking and crouch peeking, right? So stay like right here, right? And just look at the bar, like straight ahead, right? So can you hold on, trying to see if okay. So this is crouch peeking. You see my leg, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm stand peeking, right? I'm
Mhm.
slimmer. You see, like, you can probably see my gun here, right? Or
Yeah.
if I turn around and whatever. But like, if I crouch, you see my leg, right? So,
Mhm.
so if you think about it, right? Crouch, I'm much wider, right? Standing, much slimmer, right? So when you crouch peek, right? The benefits are that you're making almost no sound. But the worst part is that if you're peeking the corner, you are like being
You can see
shown
you a
first.
second
Yeah,
faster because
they
you're
see
like
you
next
much
up.
faster. Yes. So the benefit to stand peeking, right? You're just like well, you're louder. That's the negative. The benefit is that you'll be able to see them when they see you, right?
Mhm.
Um, but obviously, due to peeker's advantage, it would probably be easier for you to kill them because you'll react faster, hopefully. Um,
Hopefully.
what else? Yeah, hopefully. So, do you understand like the difference at least?
Yeah, yeah, I can understand the difference between those.
Okay. So let's go for like lean peeking, right?
Mhm.
So, say you're peeking this. How would you peek this door? Like, how would you peek into cigar from here?
Into the guard from here.
Like from behind the bar?
I guess I would just try to use the bar for cover, make sure that no one's over on the hatch over there,
Yeah, assuming
and
it's
then
just
just try to,
cigar, right?
Mhm. And then
Just
just sort of here. Let me drop
yeah,
it
you
so
can
we
play
read it one more
diffuser.
time.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're watching my screen, I think I've seen you do this a couple of times where you'll reverse lean into the peak, right? So
Wait,
what
really?
that does is, right? So
Mhm.
here, I'll reverse lean into a peak, right?
Mhm.
So do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
You're
your
putting your
body
body
moving.
out first, right? So you
I'm
want to
sorry, that must be
consider
like
this.
totally unconscious.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know because that's like really important, right? So like the basics of peeking are very very important, especially for perspective, right? So when you peek into this, you want to be peeking into the angle, right? Instead of reverse peeking like this, right?
Mhm.
Like if you're reverse peeking like that, you just they will 100% see you first. Like you're literally giving them the gunfight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to try and understand when and which way to lean.
Mhm.
So basically, you just kind of want to lean, uh, I guess, in the direction that you're going to be moving, which is why I do Q and A and E and D when I'm leaning into a peak, right?
Mhm.
Because that means I'm strafing into the lean of that corner, right? What else? I mean, that's mostly about it for peeking in perspective. I think if you practice it a little bit more, you can get a little bit better. What else is there? Was there anything in particular that you wanted to like know more about, or
Trying to think. I guess as just a general tip, when I'm on defense, is it worth trying to hold a corner for someone to come around, or is it just not worth it at all because of that Pika's advantage? Because they'll
uh,
most likely just swing me and get the reaction time off first.
it depends. If you are very 100% confident that they don't know you're there, then it's
Mhm.
probably fine to just wait. Like, but like if like at some point it might just be better to take the gunfight because what you'll end up doing is you'll end up stalling them out just by gunfight, right? Because they'll be like, oh wait, there's a guy there, right? And so then they'll try and either push or kill you. But if especially if you're a roamer, that means that you're burning their time off, right? If you just
Mhm.
shot them and then ran away, or like shot at them and ran away, or like tried to take a gunfight, even shot them up a little bit, see that would create pressure for the other team because they're like, oh, there's a guy there. It's not safe to either push or enter or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, that's mostly about it.
Mhm.
I guess do you usually use frags in on the
Yeah.
team or you usually use frags?
I usually use them as utilities, so when we push this site and that shield's there, I know they only set up one ADS usually, so I'll toss both and get rid of the shield.
Okay.
most of the time. That's at
So
least for this site, but
I
I usually
I
use
would
it for utility clear than kills, I should say.
okay. Cause what I like to do, like, say you're on the hatch, right? Well, you had this issue with UWM, right? You're on the hatch, right? Let's say that, and there's a guy close here, right? So what in your position would you do if there was someone? Oh, sorry. I'll put this better. Right here, right?
Mhm.
He's just holding the angle. What you can't peek him from new bow catch, right? Because he's you can't see his feet. So what in this position would you do?
Assuming there's nothing to catch the utility like my disc or a Jaeger, I guess I could just hold the frag for a couple seconds and throw it in, hoping that he's still close enough to get hit by it. Or at least
So
use it to force him away for a little bit by
so
not cooking it at all.
yeah. So actually yes, you kind of got it. So if he's really holding it, right?
Mhm.
What you can do is you just chuck the frag here, and it'll bounce over here, right? So then what you do is you drop the hatch with SMG-11 and you just peek him because he'll be running away or backing up, right? But you just have to make sure that you're gonna like kill him, right? Like otherwise someone should be holding the window, either window, to refrag. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, team's not much
so
of
just
a
for practice, here just like stand out of the way because I just don't want to
yeah
accidentally
yeah
hit you.
yeah
Here, let me drop diffuser and then come back.
yeah.
And give it a
Plant
try.
diffuser. That's fine.
15 seconds left. Op 4 deployed a diffuser. Destroy it. Diffuser located. Disable it.
All right, should I cook it at all or just drop it?
No, you just chuck it.
All right, so just drop it. Oh, that did not bounce.
Yeah. So you got to get it in deeper, right? So, like, you just want to press, like, literally aim down at the ground over here and press G. And it'll go, like, pretty much deep enough. And right after you get that grenade out, you
So,
have to go
right
down.
there?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. But by the time that blew up, it should have already, like, it should still be on the ground. It shouldn't have blown up, right? So you should be peeking right here. Like, it's literal immediately. Like,
Oh, I mean,
Uh,
okay. I figured
yeah,
I was
so-
getting too close to it and would have killed myself.
yeah, but that's if you do it too late, right? So it's like you're abusing the timer, right? Because it's like you're forcing them out of the position just by throwing a grenade, right?
Okay.
Like because they're not gonna stay there, right?
Mhm.
That's just kind of a little trick with frags that you can try, but you should like practice it. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it too much in an actual game. It's just a little thing, I guess. So, I mean that actually kind of goes into the next concept, which is zoning. So, when you're zoning someone, right? It's like
Protect the bombs.
you have all their position. It's basically like pinching, right? If you pinch someone, right, they can't move, right? Logically, like say like one of those rounds when you were like trapped in the bathroom or something on theme park when we were doing the dry runs like 2 nights ago or whatever.
Yeah.
So you understood that you were pinched there, right?
Yes.
But you understood that you understood that you couldn't move either, right? So basically that's like the concept of of zoning, right? Because people cut off your angles and then they're not able to move,
Op 4 has yet to locate
but like if they do like peek, they pretty much die, right? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, because
It's just similar to pinching, right? But I think pinching is a more like broad term. Like zoning is like when you're holding basically an area that they can't peek into. What else? So things like
I'm gonna practice that grenade drop one more
yeah,
time.
yeah,
So
go
I
for it.
don't want you to
Yeah,
be standing in the
that's fine.
doorway.
That's fine. Go for it.
Yeah, just don't stand in the doorway because I want to shoot
That's
the
fine.
SMG as well.
I mean, you'll get used to it, right? It's obviously like high risk, right? but I think what I
And
saw
we're
you
assuming
do
they're
was
going,
like
like directly
the
back this
angle.
way?
The angle was a little bit off, right? So you were aiming around. You were actually like right around here, right? You're lined up with the doorway on the hatch. So what you want to do is you want to be on the corner of the hatch here, like look up. You want to be like
I-
on the
I'm just
corner of
watching
this
your
hatch.
screen.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like you want to like throw the grenade here. It should bounce here, and then like you can peek out safely, I guess over here, right?
Yeah, I'm
Obviously you'll
tossing the
hurt
grenade. I
yourself.
should be aiming for like right here on the ground, or
No, you should aim a little bit further. Like throw it
Oh, a
in,
little
like
bit-
deep.
okay,
Like
yeah,
it
I
should
was
be
confused
deep.
about
It
that.
should be in deep. Yeah.
okay, my bad.
Yeah. So that's like a little trick.
Okay, then throw it this way.
Yeah, just like you want to just force the indicator on them because they're gonna
The
run,
indicator's enough to scare them away.
right? Exactly.
Yeah,
Like logically it should, right? Unless they hold the angle because they know they're safe, but you should still be able to like freely peek them, and if you down them then they blow up anyway, right? So do you remember the first round on Theme Park when we did the dry run with Bahoja 2 days ago?
With oh yeah.
It was like in cash, he was Blitz,
Yeah,
I was
that was
Cappy
yesterday,
Tau. We
actually.
literally, oh, it was yesterday? Well, we just ran in, right? We ran in with Cappy Tau.
Mhm.
Right, so,
Prack gave me. I think that was around. Prack gave me the call that Capitat was dead, so I assumed it was just Blitz. So I ran away and then got shot in the back.
yeah, so, do you understand what happened there?
Uh, in what regard?
Just in general.
If we're thinking about the same round, I thought that was so pretty early on. We had a pick, and then Prack told me that Cap was down, so I went to retreat, and he was not down. So it was just a miscommunication on our end.
15 seconds.
But what are you thinking?
So it's basically like, well, I want to explain like the thought process, right? Because, part of it is like being able to hold shields, right? And play shields. The other part is understanding how I zoned you guys by myself. Both two people by myself, right? So I had fired off your shield. I fired off Prack's shield, and Prack was just behind the shield. He had peeked out. I killed him, and then you ran into the bathroom, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
after you said you were downed. So
yeah,
thought
I
it was
I
safe.
zoned off you, right?
Mhm.
Because I forced you to get off the shield. I also zoned off Prack because he was not able to hold the shield, nor was he able to like
He
just
couldn't
play it
move
in
out of
general,
that
right?
room either because he would have had to cross the door.
I
which would have
yeah,
sealed
I
it.
couldn't move out either, but like the point for me was just to kill both of you. If I do that, that's my job is done instantly. I did both of that, like at the same time. So like, I guess that's not like that's like hard to explain in a way.
No, I get it. Your primary purpose was just to clear us out, and you did that
Yeah.
successfully
Exactly.
by getting rid of our shields and forcing us out of the room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what else to cover. Was there anything else you like want to know, or
No, I think I just need to live practice some of the concepts we talked about now.
okay. I
But
mean,
I know we have practicing as a group soon, right?
I
So
think
Parmy
Parmy
said
wanted to
something
do
about
dry runs at 8.
yeah, that's what I saw. But he said no scrim following that.
If you want, you can hop into T Hunt, and I'll just watch you peek. If I'll let you know if there's like something wrong, right?
Sure thing.
Or if I find like something off or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Alright,
Okay,
I'll just run it on my own, so that way
Yeah,
we
just
don't
run it.
have
Yeah.
stuff every That was an accident. That was actually an accident.
Yeah. So you wanna work on where you're placing your crosshair, right?
Mhm.
Because I noticed you're kind of placing it still in the chest area,
Mhm.
or I guess where would be a crouching headshot, right?
Mhm.
So it's either you wanna aim where they're gonna be crouched peeking you, or you wanna aim at their head, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm just in the habit of always aiming crouch level because every time it's just really bad timing. Every time I've gone to like try to get myself out of that habit, someone always crouch peeks me.
I like it's not a bad thing, right? So there's
Mhm.
actually benefits to crouch like holding it crouch, right?
Mhm.
Um Obviously you're preventing them from crouch peeking you. The
Mhm.
other thing is that if they stand peek you but they overextend the peak, then
Mhm.
you're still able to like hurt them. Like at least like you got out with something on that peak. Whereas if you were aiming head level, then they would be it would be like you just kind of just lost a gunfight and you couldn't like trade any damage at all, right?
Mhm.
And so you want to maximize it's just min maxing essentially. That's just like the whole thing of it. Um
Mhm.
yeah, so it's either crouch or head peeking. I At least on bots I would just go with head peeking.
Mhm.
Since you are trying to make your aim a little bit better.
I'm also trying to get SMG-11 recoil under control since I'm not that great with it.
I would suggest doing that like after you're able to get your aim down because
Mhm.
the thing with SMG-11 recoil is it's very bouncy. But like for me, all I do is just pull down, right? I mean, it
Mhm.
sounds simple, but I'm literally just pulling down.
Mhm.
But I have it memorized already. Like first day when they changed the recoil, I like um I completely like tried to learn it for like about a month or less. I don't know,
Mhm.
something like that. So it takes a while to like learn the recoil. So I would definitely work on like just aiming in general first.
Mhm.
Because like you'll get shots like that where you're aiming at like their dick and you'll get a headshot, right? That's not controlling recoil. That's a lucky shot, right?
Mhm.
And unless you're really good at it, it's nothing wrong with it. But it's just better practice to just aim for a head instead, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'm still aiming for that chest level, aren't I?
Yeah, a little bit. I
Recoil's
mean,
just dragging me up.
yeah.
Alright. Want me to just keep going for a little bit? I don't mind.
Yeah, no, as long as you want. I don't have any specific I guess like thing to tell you how to do or whatever at this point.
Okay.
You just keep running if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. And then, you want me to just meet up with you again around 8? I'll just come back here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mind staying in call just for helping you with aiming. I don't really care.
Alright. Sorry, I just mean if you have got something else to do, I don't mind
Oh no
waiting
no
till
no
in
no
for a
no.
bit.
I have nothing else to do.
Alright.
I'm pretty free right now.
Alright.
Don't worry about that.
I appreciate you guys like taking the time and trying to help me with this stuff. I feel bad since I'm a senior, so it's only going to be helpful for this semester.
I don't care. I think I have more fun with
Mm-hmm.
seeing
Oh, that was
people
bad.
improve rather than actual team play, right?
Let's see.
I also noticed I'm really big on crosshair placement when you're like
Mm-hmm.
kind of aim at the walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you're leaning into the angle, but you're holding the wall. Does that make sense?
Oh, geez, there's a lot of them in there.
It's like 5.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
If you
explain it.
want to try to explain, okay. I'm a little lost by that.
Okay. Here, as soon as you're done with that, I'll hop in a T-hunt with you.
Okay. If you just mean that I'm like aiming generically at nothing. Yeah, I guess I get that.
Kinda. I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
Because it's like you always want to aim where they're gonna come from, right? There's no point in aiming at the wall, right? If they're not coming from a brick wall, right?
Mhm.
It's just like something you just want to be careful of. That's all.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see that you have to readjust,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You have to work on crosshair placement a lot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got it that time. Because I am just looking. I'm kind of just like using my peripherals to look around, and not placing it in the middle of my screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You use peripherals a lot. I see that.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So I was doing it again there. You're right.
A little bit, yeah. Just helping
Yeah.
you be a
No.
little bit conscious of where you're putting your
No. No.
crosshair,
Making me conscious of it is definitely a good
because
thing.
that's like really important when you're trying to learn how to aim,
Mhm.
is reacting and peeking whenever you peek a corner, right?
Yeah. I see. So just constantly have my mouse tracking around where I'm looking.
Yeah. So like right there, you're aiming at basically their ankles. When you're running down the hall.
Wow, that was bad.
Yeah, that's alright.
That was really bad.
Here. Invite you. Then let's see. Okay.
Good ragdoll at least.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna stream this as well. Okay, so we have to wait for a game to start.
All right. Am I watching
Okay.
you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want, you can suicide. I don't really care. Or if not, you can just watch my stream. Either or, it doesn't matter.
I'll just watch the stream.
Okay. So, let's see. So, okay, so you saw how I peeked like in the corner, right? So like, say like there's, right, I'm like holding it like this, right?
Mhm.
So what you were doing, right, is you're leaning into it. This is what, like, say like you're holding this, right?
Mhm.
You're holding it through the wall instead of holding the angle where they could peek from, right? You see how I'm like constantly looking, like
Yeah.
if they're gonna come around, because they're not gonna come through here, right? You're not gonna see
No.
them come through this wall. So
Mhm.
like you're like leaning into the angle, right? Like you're holding the angle through the wall. And like that's like, it's not bad. It just means that you have to, like, you know the angle, right? It means you know the angle. That's the good thing. It's just that you have to be
I'm
wary of your
fixating on
placement.
the angle too much.
Yeah,
and
you're
not
fixating
where
on
else
the
they could be from.
angle. Yeah, exactly. So that's how you prepare yourself for, say, they're not on the angle. What if he's behind the table there, right? So like if you're like holding the angle like this, you've overextended yourself to the table, right? Whether if you're holding it like this, you can constantly scan what you're looking at, and then
I
not
think that's
overextend
tunnel
yourself
vision
too much.
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to be a little bit careful with that, right? So that's
Okay.
what I noticed you do. I came outside. Anyway, you can continue on to the T hunt, I guess.
Alright.
Just watch you through stream.
Yeet.
The G8 is so good.
It's weird seeing the stream lag. Because I saw you kill yourself in game and then you
Yeah,
exploded.
yeah. You're still aiming a little bit low, right?
Yeah, I saw
Wanna
that.
aim up a little bit higher. And now you're doing it. Yeah. Okay. So you want to be a little bit more consistent, right? So you're
Mhm.
kind of scanning.
Where is that C4?
C4 is to your left
Probably in
behind the
closet,
wall.
right?
Yeah.
there it
that's
is.
there. So I guess
Yeah,
like
there.
part of this, right, is like aiming a little bit low, at least for bots. I mean, you're peeking stairs, so that's fine.
Mhm.
So at least with bots, generally it'll be 3 to 4 per room. Well, usually it's 3 per room. So you expect like teams of 3s or triples, right?
Mhm.
So when you clear a triple, more than likely your room's clear. And like you'll learn this anyway, just like as part of bot AI. So when you're trying to practice aim, just so that you're not wasting time like clearing the entire room, because you're not gonna learn anything from clearing the room, right? Like this house will not be competitive at all.
No,
It
I
never
know.
has been. So you
Didn't it
just
used to be in
wanna
the ranked playlist?
used to
Like,
be, yeah.
Way longer ago?
Wait, used to be, but there weren't as many maps as there were now, and they weren't competitive focused anyway.
Mhm. I joined in the game around. Oh, I forgot I didn't clear basement first. I forgot that or sorry, didn't forget. I started playing this game around Grim Sky. But obviously this is the most intense I've actually tried to like learn how to play the game.
I mean, that's fine. I think
Doing
anyone
it
can
again.
really learn. Yeah. See what happens when you're like holding the doorway instead of holding the angle, right?
Mhm.
You can actually scan the room and then be able to clear the room rather than like I guess relying on reaction and then peripherals, because that just means you'll probably die, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I mean,
Probably all on this side. Oh, okay.
it's just a slaughter.